the world's most politically incorrect guy. And you loved him for it.
Always dressed to the nines. I mean, I thought, gosh, he must be a CEO of a big corporation. My daughter has looked up and married a millionaire.
I was about 15 years old. I think it was the first time I ever went to Myrtle Beach. And I was sitting in a restaurant, and this waitress came up and said, "Do you have a brother named Steve Dooley?" That's all I have to say.
He spanked me one time, and when he did it, it was a light slap, and we both cried.
He could hit a golf ball into any wooded area, and it would always be found, and he'd always make par.
Looking forward to Thanksgiving gatherings and just wondering what inappropriate joke Uncle Steve was going to tell, because I thought they were hilarious.
Some people say he was a sports trivia expert. I prefer to say he was a sports historian.
We went out to the county fair, and here we come piling in to where you park, and your dad says, "We're with the press," and they let us straight through, and we go all the way up. We practically park at the darn gate.
My dad told me that one of his friends was gonna be a resident here, and me and Mr. Dooley had the best time talking so much crap about my daddy. I had a good time.
One of my favorite Dooleyisms. Are you ready?
I'm going to show you what he did when he signed my annual. You're a good golfer, but only second to me. Love, my God, Steve. And then it's got this arrow that goes all the way down to my picture. And written right there for everybody who looked at my annual to see, it says, "Look at those ears."
As soon as Taylor was born, he named her Piglet, and Piglet kind of stuck.
Our favorite memory with Dooley was going to the dog park with Jake. We had a lot of fun.
Jake, the dog, was always by his side and always loving on PJ, the cat. It was a Halloween where he had brought Charlotte and Grayson down to trick or treat. He was being followed by Jake, but PJ was also following him. And it's a good ways away from the house, and PJ stayed, right along with him.
He's like, "Gee, Marie, I'm going to call you John Bonet. She's so cute, you got to kill her."
No matter what was going on in his life, whether it was awful or, tough times or good times, it didn't seem to make a difference. He always wanted to know what was going on with Taylor, and he always supported everything she did. That was the kind of dad I wanted to be with my daughters.
I can remember doing the twist with Steve at my 13th birthday party. I had to bend almost halfway over because he was a little short.
We fostered children for a number of years, and we had a little guy named Chris, and he loved Godzilla. And your father promised him that he would take him to go see Godzilla. Chris stands up in the middle of the theater and screams, "No, Mr. Steve, no! Godzilla, he died!" Chris wasn't even living with us at the time, but your father had made the commitment, so he went and got him one afternoon to do that with him.
He was a proud papa. I am so glad that he lived long enough to get to meet his Beta, Jane, and Edie.
I know everything he loves. He loves a steak, Coca-Cola, beautiful women. He knew something about every single thing.
The most generous husband-in-law on the planet.
Steve's family, they taught me about hugging and telling each other you love them.
Several years ago, I was having some heart problems, and Steve thought I was going to die. So I'm laying in my hospital room, and he comes walking in, and he said, "I got something for you." It was a Rolex watch. I said, "Why did you buy this?" He says, "Well, I thought you'd like to have a Rolex before you die."
His words to me were, "I've had such a good life, Carrie."
Godspeed, Steve.
We'll all miss him a lot, especially on Gamecock football days.
Love him so much. We're going to miss him every day.
We love you, Dooley. There'll never be another one like you.
I love you, Dooley. We know you're in our hearts, you're in our chuckles.
I miss him, I love him, and I know he's in a great place.
For the good times. For the good times.